Now that the DC fandom has come and gone, leaving us absolutely excited for everything coming out. One thing that stuck with me was the fact that they mentioned that we will see more Elseworlds stories similar to the 2019 Joker movie. Hello everyone and welcome to my secret base. My name is Eddie and today I will talk about what other Elseworlds movies we could see in the future. Before I begin, take a few seconds to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Okay, let's get started. Let's begin with Mr. Freeze. mr.Freeze is one of the most iconic Batman villains because of both how cool he is, pun intended, and how tragic his backstory is. This story involves his wife Nora, who is chronologically frozen after she is diagnosed with a terminal illness. He uses his job at Wayne Enterprises to research a cure. Once the funding for his project is cut, he turns into a life of crime to raise funds for his studies and becomes one of Batman's most fierce villains. This story should definitely take place in the same Elseworlds as the Joker movie, and also keep the same tone as the Joker as well. I actually think the title of this movie should be Heart of Ice, in honor of the episode that debuted this backstory. Continuing on to Flashpoint Batman. With confirmation that the Flash movie will indeed be Flashpoint, we will definitely be seeing Flashpoint Batman. But it is likely that we will not explore his backstory too much. And that's where this Elseworlds comes in. This movie would explore Flashpoint's Batman's early years as a Caped Crusader fighting against the Joker, who also happens to be his wife Martha. This will be a very compelling story filled with both action and a lot of emotion, as we will see both parents' different reactions to the death of their son. Alright, moving on from the Batman franchise real quick. This one is one that everyone has been wanting for years, and which is why I put it very early and not as the last one, and it is Red Son. Red Son tells the story of Superman, but in a world where he landed in the Soviet Union rather than in the US of A. This story sees the Cold War become a battle of metahumans rather than a nuclear arms race. In this story, the US recruits Lex Luthor and Star Labs in order to destroy Superman with the help of CIA agent James Gordon. The story is quite interesting and actually ends billions of years in the future. It's one of my favorite stories ever, and that comes from somebody who isn't big on Superman. But it's just, once again, such a good story, which is why it's so popular and people have been wanting to see a live action adaptation of it. If you have the time, please take a read. Anyway, this is one cinematic adaptation that I will not think twice about watching. Next we have Martian Manhunter. Not that long ago, I included him in characters that DC should add to the DCEU. And in the same video, I also mentioned that they also have a few backstories to choose from. Well, they are likely to choose the story of the Martian Civil War between the green and the white Martians, because that's kind of the most popular one and one that has elements that could be implemented into a wider universe. And should they do so, the Elseworlds story for Martian Manhunter should focus on the backstory in which his brother creates a virus that infects all Martians telepathically and wipes out the entire population. He does this because after his birth, he was rejected by the people of Mars and spent a lifetime seeking revenge. In all honesty, Martian Manhunter doesn't get the love he deserves, and this will be a great way to honor one of DC's best characters ever. Lastly, is one of the most interesting Superman stories ever, Kingdom Come. Actually, we have already seen a live action adaptation of this Superman, but not the story, in the Arrowverse version of Crisis on Infinite Earth, in which Superman was played by Brandon Routh, who actually portrays Superman on the big screen in Superman Returns. Anyway, in this story, Lois Lane is killed by the Joker during an attack at the Daily Planet headquarters. Joker is subsequently killed before his trial by Magog, and this results in Magog getting praised by the public. Distraught that the public is embracing a killer like that as a hero combined with the death of Lois, Superman retires to the Fortress of Solitude for a decade. He is only convinced to return as a hero by Wonder Woman after Magog accidentally eradicates Metropolis trying to capture the parasite. This is one of the most interesting stories out there, and it's a plot that feels tailor-made for the big screen. Well, that is all for this week. Who else should get an Elseworlds? Who should play Superman for Kingdom Come and Red Sun? Let me know in the comments below. Take a look at some of the content on the screen right now and like me on Facebook. See ya!